Welcome back to the Sports News Analysis YouTube channel, where I'm always breaking down the hot sports topics of the day. My name is Mike. Be sure to check out my other videos and subscribe to my channel here on YouTube to get all of my videos uploaded directly to your feed. You know, with all of the storylines surrounding the Super Bowl, whether it's Ray's last ride and the deer antler spray controversy, or it's the Jim and John Harbaugh angle that people have been playing, I feel not much attention has been paid to the X's and O's as we head up to the Super Bowl here to be played in a couple days. So I decided to take some time to just go through how I think the Ravens offense and the Greg Roman game plan can really give the Ravens some trouble if they sort of attack certain areas of the Ravens defense, and basically what I think they're going to need to do to be successful against this Ravens defense. First and foremost, I think a big part of their game plan from a passing perspective initially is going to be to get favorable matchups on Ray Lewis and Terrell Suggs in open space. And I think Greg Roman has shown that he's really exploited the weaknesses of both the Packers and the Falcons in this playoff run. I mean, you look at the Packers. The Packers didn't have anyone that could spy Kaepernick, and their linebackers weren't fast enough to spy him, diagnose, and really stop him. And you saw them exploit that. I think you saw them exploit the Falcons on the edges with the pistol, with the read option, and on the edges with LaMichael James and Frank Gore on the outside running the ball. I think you saw them exert their will in that game from an offensive line standpoint. So I look for Greg Roman in this game to really, at first, in the passing game, get LaMichael James, Vernon Davis, and Delanie Walker. Don't forget that name, Delanie Walker, because I really think he's kind of a guy when you least expect it makes a big play. I think he's a guy that can exploit the Ravens defense, and most notably Suggs and Ray Lewis, along with LaMichael James and Vernon Davis. You know, is Ray Lewis able to cover someone? Is Terrell Suggs able to cover someone? You know, I have no doubt that both of those guys can diagnose a play, that they'll know what's coming. But once they've able to diagnose it, do they have enough left in the tank to cover these guys for an entire game, or at least for most of the game? I think that's going to be a big issue, and quite frankly, I don't know if they can. So I think if Greg Roman can come up with creative ways to, again, get those guys in space one-on-one against those guys, I think it'll serve the 49ers very well in this game. Look for also the 49ers to do a lot of the same things they did against the Falcons with running on the perimeter against the Ravens defense out of the read option, especially in the red zone. You saw Frank Gore have a good run. You saw LaMichael James have a touchdown run off that formation in the NFC Championship game. Because I don't think running up the middle or running, in between, center and guard in either direction is going to work against the Ravens. I think you saw Nada play like a completely different player. I think he, out of the, Lewis, Nada, and Suggs, they've all been injured this year. And I think Nada is the most healthy and the most capable. So I don't look for them to really be able to do much up the middle against the Ravens, which is why I think it's important for them out of the read option, okay, to really do a good job getting on the perimeter with LaMichael James and Frank Gore. And most notably, James. I think if the 49ers win on Monday, we're talking about guys like LaMichael James and Delanie Walker making 2 or 3 big plays in the game that really are eye-opening plays that we didn't see coming. I think those are 2 guys that we might not be thinking of right now, but that are going to play a huge role in this game, obviously along with Vernon Davis. I look for the 49ers receivers to get involved. If Kaepernick happens to have success running the ball, I then look for them to take some shots deep with Michael Crabtree, similar to how they did against the Packers. Once the Packers started overcommitting to Kaepernick, you saw Kaepernick being able to get Crabtree in some favorable situations. But again, I think the more likely scenario is get Ray Lewis, get Suggs in favorable matchups, and pick them apart there. And then I think the rest of the game plan will sort of unfold for the 49ers. I look for in the back end of the Ravens defense, whether it's Pollard or Ed Reed, they're going to play a big role in identifying whether it's a run by Kaepernick or a pass. I look for them to do a good job against that, actually. I think the 2 safeties for the Ravens are obviously a very good part or as far as their intelligence, their ability to hit. I think they're, a very positive part of the Ravens defense. So I don't look for Kaepernick to go crazy from a running perspective. But I look for him to be enough of a threat where, again, it opens up lanes for LaMichael James on the outside with the read option, lanes for Frank Gore on the outside with the read option. And again, from a drop back passing point of view, look for those matchup problems on Terrell Suggs and Ray Lewis having to guard people in space. I think that's the remedy you're looking for in a Greg Roman game plan where the 49ers come out victorious. I posted my preview for this game, about a week and a half ago now. And, you guys know I like the 49ers in this game. I just think they're a more talented roster right now than the Ravens. But certainly, I'd like to hear what you think their offense is going to do against the Ravens. What do you think the 49ers can do against them? Do you think they'll have success doing some of the things that I just sort of detailed? I just basically think it's going to be a little bit ironic that the whole leading up to the game we're talking about Ray Lewis. And then I think he is going to be one of the reasons why they may struggle on defense. So, just my take on things. Let me know what you think. Hit me up in the YouTube comments. Hit me up on Twitter at SNewsAnalysis. And as always, guys, subscribe to my channel, and you get all my videos uploaded directly to your feed. Thanks for listening, and have a good night.